Hi everybody. This is just a video showing some slides that I prepared to walk you through the process of how to register a cloud project for Google Earth Engine. And these slides were initially set up for a webinar that we did with NASA Earth data on the fundamentals of hyperspectral and thermal Earth observation. You can also check out these slides in the link that's below, bit.ly/GE_project_reg, or you can use the QR code here to access these slides. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start, we're going to go to the link for the Google Earth Engine code editor, which is code.earthengine.google.com. When you go to that link, if you see a window that looks like this, then that means that you have not yet registered any cloud projects. However, if when you enter, you don't see a window that looks like this and you're able to interact with everything else, then that means you already have access to cloud projects. But for those of you who have not yet registered for cloud projects, this is going to walk you through that process. And so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to click that I want to register for a new cloud project button in blue. And the one thing that I should note is if you are using an institutional account to log in, a .gov or a .org email address, I will strongly recommend that you log out and re-log in using your personal Gmail account, as many institutions essentially block access to creating cloud projects using Google Cloud. So that said, if you've logged into your personal account, then we're ready to proceed after clicking that I want to register a new cloud project button. When you do so, it should open a brand new tab, a Google Cloud console, actually, where it's going to ask you to put the name for a project as well as an organization. And in this case, because I did this a few weeks back for this webinar that I mentioned, I picked the name NASA Training 2025-07. But you can pick any project name that you want to, as long as it's within the guidelines that they're indicating. And after you put the name of your project, it should give you this option of location, but to continue with no organization, and you should be able to click that create button. However, if you do see more options than just location, and it has like an additional location option, then you likely logged in with an institutional account. And again, it might stop you from being able to proceed. And so I would recommend you start this process all over again using your personal Gmail address. And then again, you'll only have these two options. You're going to hit that create button. And when you do, it's going to take you to a new window that's going to ask you to manage your registration. After which, all we have to do is click that register button. After that, you're going to see a new window with two options. One which is asking you to register for commercial use, and another one which is saying, see if you're eligible for non-commercial use. And because this training we're doing on PACE, where it does qualify as non-commercial use, we're going to go with that second option. And so to continue, we're going to need to click that Get Started button right at the bottom. After we do that, it's going to ask us a set of 5 different questions. The first one is going to ask us about the type of organization that we work for. And the first thing that from that list, that drop down that's there, you're going to want to select Earth Engine trainer or trainee, because you are going to be a trainee. After that, you can click next, and then it's going to go to the second option where it's going to ask you about checking non-commercial eligibility. And it's going to ask you again for your role. You're going to click participant because you're going to be a participant in a training. You're going to need to put in dates. And the dates that I have here listed are from the earlier training that I gave, which was in July. But again, for the PACE webinar we're going to be doing, which is on the 6th of August, you can put the 6th of August as the start and the end date, or maybe pad the dates just a little bit. After we pick those dates, you're going to hit that click eligibility button. And after you do that, it should tell you that you are eligible for non-commercial Earth Engine use. You're going to want to click next again. And then after that, it's going to indicate on prompt number 3 that no pricing plan is needed, and you can click that next button to continue. After that, it is going to ask you to describe how you're going to be using Earth Engine, and the one thing that you have to answer, since there's an asterisk there, is will you be using Earth Engine for any of the following? There's a pull down, and then for instance, because PACE data is mainly used for ocean related studies. You could select oceans, ecosystems, and conservation. However, if that doesn't apply, you can pick another option as long as you pick an option. And with that, you should be able to click next. After you do that, it's going to give you a little summary of all the information you've provided. If that looks good, click register. And after that, it will come up with a new prompt where it's going to say that in order to proceed, you will have to enable the API for Earth Engine. Notice in the bottom right of that prompt, it says enable. You're going to have to click that enable button. After you do that, it's going to take you to the configuration part of the console, where it's going to show there that you're now registered for non-commercial use, and you're going to hit continue. After you do that, you might need to return to your earlier tab where you have the Google Earth Engine code editor, and when you return to that tab, you might need to refresh it. After you do that, it should come up with a window that looks like this, that's asking you to choose a cloud project that you're going to use. And again, you see this NASA training project that I had created. So you're going to want to select that one and click that blue select button. And then after that, voila, you should be able to proceed. You're going to notice that, unlike before, you can now interact with the different options. So the next and the final part of this is we're going to have to add this repository that we will be using for this training. And just to give you a little bit of background on the repository, and if you want more information on it, you can scan this QR code. We have a GitHub page that describes how the repository works, how we process data for it, etc. Now, that's background on the repo. But to get the repo, we now need to click this new link, bit.ly/g underscore repo underscore pace underscore OCI. And when you click that link, it will come up. It will show you a prompt or the URL will look like that: code.earthengine.com/? accept underscore repo equals users /severebz underscore pace OCI. And it's going to ask you, do you want to add this to your workspace? And obviously, we're going to select yes, that we want to add it. So we're going to click that blue add button. And then after that, we're going to notice that in our scripts, we might still not see anything added. So we might need to click that little refresh button over there. And if we do that, then it should refresh the repository, the cache repository. And you should see now that under reader, you're going to see the option of, again, users, ServerBZ, pace OCI. You should see that. If you do run into any kind of errors having done that, where you're not able to see something, then you might just need to overall refresh the code.earthengine.google.com, just refreshing the entire page. So it's just going to reload the whole page. And then again, you should, with that, see that you have access under your readers. You should be able to see that Pace OCI repository. That all said, if you do run into any issues or you have any questions, please feel free to bounce me an email at the following email address. Otherwise, we look forward to having you in the upcoming PACE and GEE webinar. Thank you so much.